Good Sunday morning. It's time for the North Carolina Vinyl Picker Show. And I've been a busy boy this week. I went ahead and went to 2 stores. And at the end of this video, you will see where I went outside looking for those elusive in the woods vinyls, fresh picks that I found in the wild. I don't know. It's at the end of the show, so you're going to enjoy it when you get there. First off, we stopped at, I was down in Charlotte, North Carolina. Had to run down there for some family business and went to Mad Jack's. Yeah, Mad Jack's. Man, what a place, man. That was a really nice store. And I found that poster there behind us, that Marillion poster framed. And he had some 45s there. Anybody know this French composer, Jacques Brel? I think I'm saying that. Brielle? Mr. Phil Collins. Can't Hurry Love. Phil Collins and Mary Martin. Kansas. Just a few 45s. Carly Simon, The Boys in the Trees. We'll get back to her in a little while. Alan Parsons Project, that one there's kind of cool. Let's talk about, Genesis, Throwing It All Away. A little stuffy this morning. Found these there. Found Chicago too. The first album that they call themselves Chicago, the first album was Chicago Transit Authority. But I found this double album there. And found Mod Rod, yeah, Atlantic Crossing, a promo. Yeah, it says promo on the back too, on the inner label there. That's a good one. The Honey Drippers, which I gave a listen to last night. With I didn't know all the people that played on that thing, and I guess it was a failed project. I got to read more about it, but there was supposed to be more. After this EP, it was supposed to be a full-length album. They never made it. So maybe it didn't. The album's cool. It's got Jeff Beck and stuff on it. Larry Coryell. And Larry is my artist of the month this month. I'll be showing you all his records that I have. This album's incredible. This is an OG that I found at Mad Jack's for $1. Yeah, a whole $1. I got the reissue also. But this is Fairyland. I listened to that yesterday. Olivia, this is a really nice record. It was there for $1. And it didn't have this called First Impressions. And it's on EMI. And I could have had a second copy, but I didn't pick it up. Justin Hayward, I was really shocked to see this. And then when I put it into Discogs, there's like one other copy in there. This came out during the CD era. This came out in '89. And this is Canadian. I don't know if it was ever released in the US on vinyl. I think only in the UK and Canada. So there you go. Justin Hayward. Moving Mountains. It's a really good album. I just couldn't, I think he had $3 on it. And then I seen this one there for $1. And David Sylvan and Robert Fripp is on this. And some other people. Bill Nelson. Steve Jansen. This will probably go in my store. I'll have to give it a listen first. But if it's that 80s sound, I might be just passing it on to somebody else. Andy Pratt. I thought this was jazz fusion, but apparently not. It's got vocals to it, so that's going in the store. Oh, speaking of my store, Discogs. If you go, there'll be a link down below. And go to Discogs, and it's a Big Chief Vinyl 57. And that's where I have all kinds of stuff in there. LPs, 8-tracks, cassettes, VHS tapes, all kinds of stuff. How about this album? I found this there for $1. This is Trevor Rabin's first band from South Africa. Yeah. Rabbit, the band's called Rabbit, and the album's called Boys Will Be Boys. And it's on that Capricorn Records. That's a good album. He did 2 or 3 albums with that band. Then I found this one there for $1. This is a early reissue, but it needed some cleaning, so I'm going to be putting it in the Humming Guru here before I file it away and give it a listen. But this is Proghat's favorite Who album. So that was quite a haul. I got all these at Mad Jack's. And if you're in the Charlotte area, check out that store. Here's the card again. Mad Jack's. Great store. And then on my way home, I had to go through by McAdenville, North Carolina. And I've been wanting to go to Revolver Records. And then when I got to Revolver Records, I talked to this guy. And he said the owner wasn't there yet, but he'll be in a little while. And I said, did you guys used to have a store in Gastonia? He said, yeah. He said, a long time ago. I said, I was at that store. I met the owner about 5 years ago. He said, well, he's not here right now, but he'll be back. So when he got back, I talked to him for a few minutes. And a real nice guy. Nice store. It's in McAdenville, North Carolina, where they have a Christmas parade every year. And they have the lights out and everything. It's a cute little town. And the store is small, but they got a lot of stuff in there. If you want jazz, there's a ton of new jazz in there. He's got a bunch of UHQRs on the wall, and that's a place you need to check out if you want to go there. And if you're coming from Charlotte, it's not very far at all. This album here was there for $3. It's a Brazilian band, and Felipe might know this one. Quinteto Violenda? Something like that. But look at that album cover. Hell, the album cover's worth $3 alone. So I listened to side A, side 1, whatever. And it's really cool music. I liked it. I had to get the other side to listen. This one here came out during the CD era. This is Susan Chiante. And this came out in '88. And it's called Neverland. Digitally recorded and digitally mastered. That was the 80s. But there you go, Susan Chiante. I have a lot of her music on CD, but I've never seen an album of hers on vinyl before. Barclay James Harvest. These were all $3. Barclay James Harvest, Gone to Earth. It's got the die cut cover. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Found that one there. I have another one of their albums. David Bowie and Pat Metheny. This one here was $15. I paid up a little bit for this one. The rest of them were like $3 or $5. This is Not America. This is the soundtrack to The Falcon and the Snowman, which is an older movie now. This came out in the 80s too, I believe. 85. But the promo's pretty cool. Had it on my want list. I'm a Pat Metheny freak. I have to have everything. Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac. Found this promo there for $5. I didn't want to leave it. I have a couple of her solo albums and promo copy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Again, stuffy, sorry. James Gang. The reason I picked this one up is because of the guitarist over here. You know, everybody know who this guy is. Yeah. Everybody knows who he is? Does anybody know who he is? Well, what about you, Billy, down in the front row? Do you know who that is? Sally? Sally, you know who that is? That's Tommy Bolin. Yeah. Yeah. He died of an overdose. No. He's an awesome guitar player. He played on Spectrum, Billy Cobham's album. But Tommy Bolin, what a gone too soon. One of those guys that was gone too soon. He played on the One James Gang album. This must have been when Joe Walsh left the band, and then he stepped in and played. So, and then John Miles, Stranger in the City. Yeah, John Miles. I have his other album. He's got another one. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but I like John Miles. His other album was produced by Alan Parsons, I believe. So there you go. So that's it. That's all I had. Like I said, Larry Coryell, he's my artist of the month. And Let me flip through these real quick. I can show you. I got a couple up on my wall, but there's him with 11th house. There's level 1, 11th house. The lion and the ram. The 11th house. Aspects. And I'll be listening to all these this month. There's Fairyland. There's the reissue. Here's Back Together Again. That's with Larry with Alphonse Mouzon. Twin House, Larry Coryell, Philip Catherine. Coryell and Steve Kahn. Oh my gosh, Steve Kahn's records are awesome. This is how I got into Steve Kahn, by listening to him with Larry. And then The Return. And then a couple more that I showed you, and I got a couple here on the wall. I got Coryell, I got Spaces, the reissue, and then I got Larry Coryell, Lady Coryell, which was his first album. So there you go. And like I said, stay tuned at the end. After this, I'm going to try to merge the two together, and then I'm going to take you out to the woods. I'm going to show you those 5 elusive wild records that I found in the wild. And y'all have a good day out there, and support them troops if you can. I appreciate it, and take care. North Carolina Vinyl Picker will be back next week with another show. I got lots of hunting to do this week, going up to the mountains to look for records. Yeah, I'm going to look behind every stone, every tree, every building up there. I'm going to be rooting through the mountains up and around, coming back around, and looking for those gems so I can bring them to the table to show everybody here. So thanks for all my new subscribers, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye for now. Good morning, North Carolina Vinyl Picker here. It's early in the morning, and we're out looking for those elusive vinyls. That's what the kids call them. Yeah, looking for those vinyls out here in the woods. Someone told me they're out here, so let's go on a hunt and see if we can find a few. Oh, there's one now. Why, it's the eye in the sky. We found it. This is the first one we were looking for. Yeah, the eye in the sky. The eye in the sky. Let's keep going. Maybe we'll find another one. There's 4 more we're looking for out here. It's a beautiful morning. See, the sun is coming up right through there. Dogs are barking. Oh, I think I see one. I think I see one over here. Yes, I do see one. It's the boys in the trees. There's number 2. Found number 2. Let's look for another one. Let's look for another one. Oh, I think I found one. By this wood pile. It's the brown dirt cowboy. Yeah. It's the brown dirt cowboy. Now we have 3. Now I've been told that there's one close by, and I think I see it. Did we find it? Songs from the Woods. Look at there. Songs from the Woods. Yeah. That one there was a hard one, wasn't it? Now I've been told that there's at least one more out here. We're going to have to hunt for this last one. I've scoured this whole area. Okay, let's go back this way. go back this way. I think I spotted it. It's the... Yes, I think I did. What do you think you see it, people? Boys and girls? You think you've seen it? There it is right there. Wildlife. Wildlife. Yes, wildlife. Out here in all this wildlife. I found all 5 in 4 minutes. I think I did rather well. This is the North Carolina Vinyl Picker. Stay tuned, and I'll be showing you my pickups for this week.